All right, we are live. We up in this bitch. Cultureology. But yeah, there's some interesting things I want to talk about, right off the jump. I just found this out, but there's like this Spider-Man trailer that I just saw, and it shows some shit. And I don't know if I should reveal it right now or save it, because you guys haven't seen it, I don't think.
Is it legit though? Like, cause there's all kinds of fake ass trailers
It's legit
being made right now. Is it from
legit.
Sony's? Is it from Sony's profile?
I don't know.
Well, then how are we supposed to know if it's legit?
Screen share that shit.
You want me to screen share that shit? All right, let me find that shit real quick.
It's not gonna take forever.
Let me find that shit real quick.
But
I can find
while
it
you're
right
doing
away.
that, you guys will notice that there's only 3 of us today. Frank he's on an adventure. He's doing some stuff. He's flying through the cosmos like I am. So it's just your boys today. But three's company, four's a crowd. So fuck them. I was like,
All right. Well, I don't know if it's legit yet, so I'm gonna hold off on that. But there's some shit in the pipeline that I literally just saw, and it was fucking crazy as shit, and it seemed legit. But I'll save it just to be sure.
It all seems legit.
It seems legit.
If it's not from Sony's account, I don't want to hear it.
Well,
So I have to go to their website and look.
Because I don't believe shit if it ain't from the official account / site.
Just
or
clickbait.
whatever.
You think it's all clickbait?
Dude, I watched I watched a dope ass trailer. Like, it was like right after the first one got released, the first trailer. I watched, like, it was a couple days later, I seen this other one. I probably should have known because it was like just a couple days after the first one, but it was super dope. Like, it had Toby in it, it had Andrew in it. I was like, oh shit, it's confirmed. And then I remember I sent it to Devon, and he was like, bro, what is this fan-made shit? Get it out of here.
Yeah, get that out of here, bro.
Yeah, I seen a clip on TikTok that kind of shows some shit. Kind of makes sense in some of the scenes. But it seemed legit, but I'll hold off on it. But on a side note, Daredevil, we were talking about that last time.
Oh yeah, Charlie Cox,
it's
bro.
Fucking going down.
We out here. Charlie out here.
Going down.
Fucking Cox, bro.
Yeah.
Charlie bit me.
Oh, Charlie.
And now we need to get
so legit. That shit, it's so dope because it gives me hope for everybody else.
Yeah.
From the Netflix shows to make it over.
Well, now we definitely need Vincent. We definitely need him for Kingpin again.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
for sure. If they're
God.
bringing Charlie Cox, they gotta bring him.
Well, and he just did an interview where he's talking about like if because he's so beloved, his character, and he plays that role so well. He's like, what's next? Like, who would you want to fight next? He's like, I think the only obvious choice is Spider-Man. So boom.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
there you go.
That would be fucking epic.
Bet money. He's a fucking. What if he's a post-credit scene in Spider-Man?
That would be fucking epic.
If that happens,
if Kingpin, him as Kingpin is end credit scene, I'll lose my shit. Bro, you have to resuscitate my ass.
If he's Kingpin in a post-credit scene on No Way Home, then everybody's watching this right now. Gotta come back to this video, leave a comment, be like, you was right.
Future.
Yeah, I could see into the future, dog.
That's gonna be real dope.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. 8 more days and we're in there. By the time this comes out, I think we'll have seen it, right? I think we'll have seen it.
Well,
I think it'll be the next day.
Well, on other news, I didn't know how fucking close Matrix is as well. So it's like,
oh yeah, man,
that just caught me by surprise. I was like, fuck, because all this hype about Spider-Man, I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I totally forgot Matrix is coming out. One of the best movies ever, the original.
Yeah, that's
fucking ridiculous.
gonna be nuts. Like that, I like for real. Like it seemed like I just like it just got announced like last year or something, and now it's already ready. That like I bet you they'd been working on it for a while before it got announced.
Like it's coming out this month.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking ridiculous.
It's like, what is it? The 22nd? I think it comes out the 22nd.
Yeah, Wednesday the 22nd.
Oops. Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves, man. Back at it.
Yeah, he's my boy.
For real.
He's always been that dude.
He's always been my boy. Like ever since Bill and Ted, bro.
What's that fucked up movie that he's in? Knock Knock. That movie is so fucked up.
What?
If
I haven't
What the
seen it.
Fuck was a movie?
You've seen that movie, right?
Yes.
No, I haven't
Brandon,
seen it.
you had to have seen it.
Oh
Where
my
fucking these
I
chicks
haven't
knock
seen
on his
it.
door.
No, you've told me about it, but I've never seen it.
Shit. I thought it was you that I was talking to it about. But yeah, that's a fucked up movie. Watch
I think
that
that was. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Because like I hear about that movie I've heard about that movie from a couple of different people.
Yeah, it's kind of old,
And,
but it's real fucked up.
Yeah, I'm ignorant on that. I haven't seen it.
But yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it. John Wick's taking off.
Dude,
I'm
I'm actually like so ashamed because I've only ever seen the first John Wick. I need to see the rest of those movies.
Damn, yeah.
I've heard they're
Like it,
dope as
bro.
hell.
The third one's my favorite. The newest one that they've come out with is my favorite. It has Halle Berry in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking dope. She has like these dogs. They're fucking sick. I'm not gonna get in too far into it because you slacking, but it's all good. You gotta watch this though. The new one of that's fucking in development as well.
Yeah. Isn't that fourth one gonna be the last one?
No, I don't know. It might. I have no idea. They just keep pulling them out. We
You know
won't
what,
know.
like low-key, like one of my favorite Keanu movies is Hardball. You remember that movie? With G Baby?
Fucking gets me right in the feels.
Not for real, G Baby, no.
Dude, that shit gets me right in the feels every fucking time.
Yeah, and little Michael B. Jordan is in that. Like young ass Michael B. Jordan is in that. He's the one that goes gangsta. Like they kick him off the team, and then he goes gangsta.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's low key. Like Hardball and like Speed.
Oh,
Dude,
Speed is dope.
Speed growing up was like one
For
of my
real,
favorite
dude.
movies. And then they
Speed
made the
was dope.
second Speed, and it was like, who the fuck is this guy?
For real, I was like,
Who the
get this
fuck
out of
is
here,
this?
bro. What is this?
What is this Walmart?
Where my boy
bullshit?
at?
They had Sandra Bullock too, but they didn't have Keanu in it again. I was
Bro,
like,
if it ain't got Keanu, I don't need it.
Keanu
Exactly.
Reeves, bro.
It's like if they got like some random to play in Bill and Ted. Like what the hell? Get it
Yeah.
out of here.
for real. But yeah, that was a good one. I went into that blind as a kid too, and I was like, this movie's fucking awesome.
Oh, I didn't see that until like I saw it as a kid, but like I had it like on VHS.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I was just about to say
Yeah.
I had that shit on VHS.
I just seen him on the cover, and I was like, oh, that's the dude from Matrix. Let me watch this.
You know, a movie I still have on VHS is fucking Half Baked. Dude, I got that shit
Oh,
way
damn.
back on VHS. I still have the copy of it.
Classics.
Dude, Half Baked is still
Why-
like my
If you
favorite
want a
comedy.
double heifer with cheese, turn around and tell me you want a double heifer with cheese. Why you gotta make me feel
Sorry.
inferior because I'm on the grill, B?
Sorry. Like fuck you,
Oh,
fuck you,
man.
fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm out. Throws a hamburger at that dude. I think my
Man.
favorite part of that movie is when he's fucking smelling the weed, and then she puts it on the table, and he's like losing
Oh,
his
yeah.
mobilities and his
Ah.
legs and shit. He's like,
Uh, I like too when he first goes down to the weed floor and he's like either somebody got to do their shirt laundry or someone's having a party down here.
well, and in the part where I was like, where he's eating the abba zaba, and I'm like, dude, that looks so good. I
I'd
didn't even
never
know they
even
were real
heard-
fucking.
For real, I
Candy
didn't even
bars.
know about Avazavas until that movie. Like, yeah, it looked like a Laffy Taffy to me.
Yeah,
I look
they're
like a
fucking
Laffy Taffy.
bomb. They have peanut butter in the middle, like this peanut butter shit.
Oh,
But I didn't know that they were even
don't-
real until I went to a candy shop and they had them there.
oh, damn! I was gonna say
and I was
that's
like,
like
what
some
the
specialty shit because I'd never seen those at like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, you have to go to like Sweets from Heaven or some shit. Like, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, these are real? Had to try them. Now they have like flavors, like strawberry and shit, but you got to go with the OG original.
Yeah. So we kind of went off on a little tangent there, but I believe we started that whole thing with Daredevil.
Yeah.
And like if I would definitely like to see I can't remember his name right now, but homeboy that played Iron Fist, I'd like to see him in like reprise that role in the MCU as well, because I like him as an actor. Like, I should really learn his name, but I know he was in Iron Fist, he was in Game of Thrones, he played Loras Tyrell, who is actually not a character in the books. I don't think. Like, that kind of blew my mind. I think he's like in the show, he's like a melding of two different characters from the book. But and like I was saying, I like him as an actor, and I like Iron Fist, so I would like to see that in him.
Well, and I think because they scrapped pretty much all those shows and they were like really, really good. I think they kind of have
Well,
to do
they
it
did
justice
that
somehow, where it's like, how are we going to implement these back into the universe, or how are we going to give these characters justice based off their shows alone? Because I feel like all those shows they did fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I
well,
feel
you know
like
why
they should
they
just keep it all
canceled them?
canon.
Yeah, they should, dude. They canceled them shits because those shows came out before Disney Plus was a thing.
Yeah.
And then Disney was like, no, we're gonna make our own shows. Like, you guys gotta knock that shit off.
Mhm.
But hopefully they'll do something with all of those characters, because that'd be sick.
Well, because imagine seeing like an Iron Fist movie, bro. Like with
Yeah, I'd be
Hollywood
about
back in it, with fucking like fucking some Avenger money thrown into that bitch.
Yeah, like Iron Fist, but with
Fucking ridiculous.
Shang-Chi fight scenes. That would be dope.
That shit would be
Dude,
ridiculous.
Something I noticed like almost immediately when I started watching Iron Fist was this just from the shows. Like, I don't really know the source material when it comes to the comics for either one of these characters, but Iron Fist in the show, like the premise and like the way we're introduced to the character is like almost identical to Arrow, the show, because like it's like a rich dude who's been like away because he was like shipwrecked or his plane crashed, whatever, like from the two different ones. Then he comes back and he's like the head of the company, the family company and stuff. Like, it's the same thing in both of those shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like it's a lot of things are moving parts in there where it's like I don't even remember what end credit scene it is, what movie it's from, but it's like we get Deathstroke, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, so it's like there's some characters that they'll have to switch because they already have roles for, but I hope most of the characters they keep the roles.
I mean, the actors?
Yeah, the actors.
Yeah. I gotta keep drinking that coffee. It's a late one.
Gonna go Mimi's on the mic.
Yeah, I got that agua.
Recording a little late.
I got that agua on hand.
Yep, I got that agua too.
Shut that up.
With
So
the
you
woo.
just hit your mic with that. I'm not trying to hear that.
Got the woo.
Nobody's trying to hear that.
Mimi?
The woo water. My woo water.
Yeah, it ain't nothing to fuck with, man.
Nice.
But yeah, there's some other things I wanted to talk about too, but it's like I've been thinking about this for a while, and I think I've asked you before, Brandon, but it's like, now that we're on the subject of comics and shit, like, if you can have one power, what would it be?
Super speed.
For you? Super speed?
Super speed.
Without
That's
a
my
doubt.
favorite. That's my favorite type of like character. That's my favorite type of superhero is the speedsters. Like like DC, Flash is my joint. Marvel, Quicksilver's my joint. Like I love it. I've
That is
always
dope.
like that's been like my favorite thing since like I got into this shit. Super speed, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I started out with super speed because like,
Come on, Sonic guy, like
yeah,
super speed, dog.
yeah, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yo, having a suit that can morph to my needs would be dope. Like Iron Man suit in Infinity War, or even like the Venom symbiote. That would be freaking dope.
That's not.
Well, it's something you could
Okay.
turn on and off, like at a whim.
Uh-huh.
Like you could have somewhat of a normal life with super speed. You can't get all the downsides, like
Yeah.
metabolism goes up, and you getting like you have to eat like every
Yeah, you
5
can't-
seconds.
Dude, this
So
fucking
I'll deal,
podcast
bro.
would be a fucking eternity for you, bro. You'd be
Yeah,
That's the only thing because like I hear about those like because there's like one of the first comics that exposed me to Quicksilver. It was like Avengers Academy back when those were like originally coming out, and like one of the students I can't remember which one of the kids it was, but like he asks a different. I think he asked Captain America or he asked somebody. He's like, hey, why is Quicksilver always an asshole to everybody? He's like, well, think about it, man. Like he's super speed. He's like, you ever had a conversation with somebody and they just can't get the words out, like, and like you just like,
yeah.
come on, like hurry up, like that.
Hey, buddy.
That's what every second of every day is like for this dude. And I was like, damn, that would suck.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's too many downsides to super speed. I know it's like one of the most overpowered superpowers, but I don't think I can handle it.
But shit, I don't like people anyways, man. Like get away
Well-
from me. I'll just run around the world.
Well, and especially like the Flash, because I feel like he's one of the fastest speedsters, but like even at that level, it's getting ridiculous where you're like even not even technically real. Like with like when he starts to break the sound like the reality barrier of speed, and it's like he starts to go in and out of dimensions. Like, have you ever seen that? Like that they talked about that in the comics, and they've also showed that in the animated series as well. But yeah, it's like that's when it gets like, what the hell are we doing? Like we're fucking morphing in and out of existence because I'm going so fast.
Yeah. Then plus like
I'm breaking the system. I'm breaking the simulation.
you know what? Actually, it would see like this is the thing. Like is if I'm getting this power, like am I the only one in the world that has powers? Like or do other people have powers too? That's gonna influence my decision.
Other people have powers because that would be dope.
All right, then I'm
Sync.
I'm gonna choose Sync because his whole shit is that whoever he like syncs up with, he has their powers. So I got all the powers potentially.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, I think mine would be a technopath. You know, and we don't really see that. We don't really see that a lot.
Sky High.
Oh.
Sky High. That's
yeah, just like that kind of. But you know, it's like with the way of the future and everything happening, it's like everything's on technology. I would be able to fucking be like it's like some Watchmen shit, but it would just be me. I'd be able to do that shit. Ultron be fucking out of here in a second. Take control of that motherfucker.
Yeah, that would be that's why they don't put that character in the movies.
Yeah.
He would have ended all of that shit real quick. Like, oh, your ship, Thanos is invading. Let me just wipe that out.
And there's some key members that they didn't put into Thanos' squad as well. You know, because of that, it's like there's no way the Avengers would be able to win if he had his full squad. Fucking, and that's something I've talked about before, but it's like fucking he has some really powerful members. Like Supergiant, you know Supergiant? Are you guys familiar with Supergiant?
I am
No.
familiar.
Yes.
Turn it
She's
up.
one of his henchmen.
Yo.
And she feeds off of knowledge, really. So like knowledge. So Doctor Strange would be fucking consumed. She read thoughts. She's very powerful. Read up on her if you haven't. But that character alone on Thanos' side there's no chance.
Yeah. I don't know.
There's no
Ooh.
fucking way.
Dude, you know what I was thinking the other day?
What?
Imagine like some anime characters in like fighting like Iron Man or something. Like imagine like Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins fighting Iron Man. Like he'd K Iron Man so quick, dude.
Dude, talking
It
about
would be-
OP.
It'd be
Fucking
over with.
anime characters get real OP.
Full counter, dog. Get out of here, Tony.
Yeah, full anime characters get real OP, bro.
Imagine like Light Yagami coming to the MCU, like, oh, you're all dead.
Yeah.
That's or like who do you think would win in a fight? I'm not gonna do Goku versus Superman because that's been done to death. Let's say Luffy versus
Mr. Fantastic.
the Hulk.
The Hulk?
Yeah. Because you got to think Luffy, like he stretching out. Like, what's Hulk really gonna do to Luffy?
Okay, so all I'm gonna say is that Hulk would win because Luffy, his only weakness is that he can't swim because of the devil fruit.
Oh
So
yeah, shit.
just throw him in
his ass.
fucking throw him in a
Yeah, you're
pond and
right.
he's done for. But it's really hard to get him into water because he's so stretchy. Like
Yeah, dude.
he'll turn himself into a fucking parachute and just wait by his time, catch a
Yeah.
breeze.
And I was gonna say Luffy versus Mr. Fantastic, but I don't want to see two stretchy guys fight. Like that'll be boring.
like-
I
Well,
think.
and I think Luffy
I
would
thought
K him.
Hulk would win because Hulk just doesn't lose.
Yeah,
Unless it's
he's
Thanos.
I was gonna say, what do you mean? Thanos whooped that motherfucker's ass.
But we don't
True.
talk about that.
yeah, we don't like to discuss that.
That's a scuff on the scoreboard.
He wasn't even angry. He was just like it was another Tuesday.
He
I don't know.
was
took it
getting
for
the ass
granted
whooping
and
like
he's like,
that would
"Bro,
probably make me
Throw
angry.
punch.
bro. He got knocked out in 4K.
And Dolby Digital sound.
Yeah. None of his boys stepped in. Like, what the hell?
Well,
Yeah.
everybody was already caged by that point.
I'd be damned if I let my homie get knocked out in 4K. Nobody should have to go through that.
Yeah, Thanos disrespected the fuck out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
went in there, fucking
So disrespectful.
just owned the
Yeah.
place.
You gonna hit me in my face with some
Fucking
money,
shoes on the couch and everything, bro. He didn't give a fuck. He's like,
like Tom Cruise did to Oprah.
fuck your couch. For real. But yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, anime is OP for most characters. That full
Yeah.
counter shit is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's too much.
Depends who has plot armor and who doesn't.
No plot armor. We're talking like
No plot armor? Oh, Luffy's
Yeah.
dead for sure, bro.
Speaking of plots and like plot, well, like we're really speaking of plot holes, but I want to talk for a second because like it just popped into my head about one of my personal favorite franchise, my favorite franchise in all of fiction, Harry Potter. I was watching those movies not too long ago, and talk about plot holes, dog. Those movies are rife with plot holes, man. Like, first of all, like you know how, like Harry Sirius, like they like think he committed all these murders and everything, but like there's, like, he didn't do it. Like he was falsely accused and got framed and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's literal truth serum in this universe. Like, okay, let me give him a shot of this. Did you do it? No. Okay,
Nope.
that's it. You're free to go.
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
He just
I just
chose
gotta-
to run.
I just had to say that because, like, I was thinking about it earlier today.
Yeah. Yeah, there's fucking shit like that. It's like, what the fuck you talking about? You're telling me you ain't got no fucking concoction for any of that shit. It's like there's potholes. It's like boom.
Yep.
There's gonna
Yep.
you got some shit for that. You know, you got that shit in the back in the forbidden section. Go grab that shit real quick.
And those hurt me because that franchise is very near and dear to my heart. They're about to do like the 20th anniversary like shit on HBO Max. Like the whole cast is like getting together and like watching the movies or some shit together. Like it's gonna be dope. I'm so hyped.
So you're gonna go watch them all? Boom.
I don't think you're like watching along. Like they're just like, I think they're just like watching them all together, and then they're like gonna like cut the best bits in to like a thing.
Remember that?
Yeah, I think.
Well, and the thing about Harry Potter, I haven't I've watched every movie, but it's not like something I go back to, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
I go back to them.
Like I'm gonna go watch the fucking whole trilogy again, the whole shit.
Trilogy.
Again.
There's 8 of them shits.
Not trilogy, but the whole,
it's
the whole
octogy.
The whole shit. The whole shit in caboodles.
I go back to those like around this time of year every year, dude. Those are Christmas movies.
Yeah, see, like that doesn't happen for me.
Though.
I have favorites.
Die Hard.
I like Prisoner of Azkaban. That's a fucking awesome one. Like, there's always really good ones, but it's like, and I'll watch it if it's on, but it's like, I'm not gonna be like, let's start from the first one, work our way up.
Oh yeah, dude, that's too much. Especially not in the same day, bro. Those are like 3-hour movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'll just
watch the MCU and like.
Dude, okay. Here's a good question. What is a movie that you liked, but that you'd never rewatch because it's too much of a hassle? Like, let me give you mine just like as an example. The Snyder Cut. I liked it. Okay. I really liked it, but I'll never rewatch that movie, dude. That's who's got 4 hours.
I totally get what you're saying with the Snyder Cut, because yeah, it was dope. Like they did it justice, no pun intended.
Yeah.
but it's fucking, yeah, you're right. It's not something I'm gonna be like, yo, let's go watch the Snyder Cut. Let's get up in there.
No. Remember when we watched it? That was like an all-day event. Dude.
Bro,
like, you gotta set the day aside to watch that.
Gotta get freaking urine bags set up and everything.
Don't touch me there.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, don't touch me there. This is a no square.
That's how I feel about Snyder Cut.
What?
But yeah, I can't really think of a movie off the top of the head where I'm like, yeah, it was really great, but I won't see it again. It's like if I watch it like a movie, if I really enjoy a movie, I'm always coming back to it. You know?
Maybe that's just me, but there's just certain movies that like I see them and I'm just like, yeah, that was really good, but like that would just be a production to rewatch. Like it's a whole thing.
I don't know if it's a production. I just
like
feel like
Titanic, dude. Like the Titanic's like a once in a decade type of movie. Like I watched it like last year. I'll watch it again when I'm like 40.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that movie like twice, I think. It's a good movie. That's a good example, I guess. Like I don't think I need to go back.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some people who would disagree, and I think our little brother would disagree.
Yeah, Tristan, our little brother Tristan is like a Titanic fiend. He loves that movie.
Dude, and I had
My heart will go on.
Dude, I had so many favorite movies growing up as well.
8 times in a row.
Because it was at a time before fucking the internet, and like all I did was watch movies. If that makes sense. So it's like I have so many favorites from childhood, like even like 101 Dalmatians, bro. I fucking love that shit.
Dude, do you remember?
This movie's the best shit ever. But I've said that about like 20 fucking movies when I was a kid.
You remember Toy Shoulders?
Toy
Soldier? Toy Shoulders. Toy Soldiers, bro, where the toys came alive.
Yes.
Toy Story?
Those were sick as hell. That was the sickest. No.
Or was that Small Soldiers?
Small Soldiers. Toy Soldiers is the Sean Astin joint.
Yeah, we always get them mixed up. Like,
yeah,
I've heard that fucking mixed up a bunch.
But Small Soldiers, Devon, like we're different. This is different generations right here. We gonna learn you, kid. We're gonna learn you. Small Soldiers was this movie. It was like Toy Story-esque, but like this dude, he owned a toy store, and like I don't remember why. Like I feel like something happened to make these toys come alive. Like I don't think it was just like the Toy Story thing where they just were alive, but like it was like a group of like soldier toys versus like this group of like alien toys that were like indigenous people type vibes, and like they just it got violent as hell, like flamethrowers, like melting toys, like just going nuts.
Damn.
Like the toys, like were going after the humans, like tying them up and shit. Like
Yeah,
That's the
it got
prequel to
it got
Toy
violent.
Story, dude.
that movie's
got
fucking
violent.
epic. So you had
It's
the
like
good
the-
guys, and then you had the bad guys, which were like the soldiers, the grunts, and like
Yeah,
there's this one commander dude who doesn't give a fuck. He's just like
yeah,
out to kill these fucking indigenous toys, you know, like
Yeah.
fucking. And they're like, oh
Indigenous
hell
toys.
no.
and like
they
the
go to
backstory was
war.
like there was like a whole backstory to it, like to the toys, like these toys were like they were made to be rivals, like they were like at war for like a long time. So like the toys, like in their mind, they're like, we've been fighting these dudes for so long, like we're getting them this time, like. But like
It's
really, there's
canon
just
to Toy Story now.
it's
It's
yeah,
part of the
dude.
Toy Story canon.
Watch that as Toy Story 5.
Yeah, shit's crazy. I gotta rewatch that now because it's like I forgot how they got their shit.
Dude, it's
Did they
it's
have
free
it or
on,
did they get
it's,
it?
It's free on YouTube right now.
Oh,
You can watch for
shit.
free on YouTube. That
You know what
they've been
else is
putting all
free on
kinds of
YouTube?
dope free movies on YouTube.
You know what else is free on YouTube?
Culturology.
Yeah.
Hey.
That shit's free too.
It's free.
Yep.
Don't cost nothing to like, subscribe, comment, all of that.
Yeah, who doesn't like free shit?
Yeah.
Maybe when we get to 100 subscribers, we'll give a little giveaway or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Giveaways in the future for sure.
Sure, bro.
You gotta stick around, like and subscribe, and all that good shit. Figure it out. But
It's free. It's free.
that it is. Yeah, man. Those like the movie, dude. You know, I was thinking about I was not thinking about it, but I quick shout out to the Workaholics Podcast. This is important. Like they're young up and comers. They're not on culturology's level yet, but they'll get there. But they were talking the other day, and like they're older than us, Mike. Like they're like 10 years older than us, but they were talking about like old school like sports movies, and they were talking shit on our boy Brink.
What?
Like they don't like Brink, bro. Like I was like, what? How do you
Oh,
not like
hell
Brink?
no.
That was my jam back in the day. Like 90s kids, you know, Brink was the shit.
Bro,
That's
if you grew up
it's on
watching
Disney Plus,
movies
Devon.
on the
Go
Disney
watch it.
Channel,
But
Brink was the shit. Brink was one of the best ones they had on there.
I'll put it on the list.
The
They have that shit
Yeah.
on fucking. They have that shit
Disney
on
Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah.
yeah, gotta watch that. Brink was the movie. Like there were some Disney movies that came on back in the day. I was like, ugh. But Brink was always a banger when it was a good night when Brink was on.
Yep. And the Black Ranger's in it with his big ass
Yeah.
forehead.
With his whack ass hairline. It's like that was crazy. That's the worst hairline I ever seen.
Oh man.
Let me try to pull up a picture. Talk amongst yourselves while I pull this up.
But yeah, that was crazy, man. That I forgot he was in that movie for a while too until you mentioned it. Because I was like, yeah, he was at Comic-Con one day. I was like, he's
Here
like,
we
which
go,
one you
bro.
talk about?
Look at this nigga's hairline. Look at this nigga's hair.
Yeah.
Line.
Bro, I feel like when I look at that, when I'm looking at that, I just see Night to Pena, Baba Giti Baba.
Damn.
Sunrise looking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he fixed that by then. He had like 20 years to fix that shit. So hopefully
Sunrise.
he doesn't
looking
get too
ass.
upset.
20 years to 20 years.
Don't
to
get
fix
upset
that
with
shit,
us.
but
Get
5
upset with your
seconds to
barber.
fuck it up. Don't trust that guy, man. Do not. Get your money back, dude.
But yeah, I
Oh,
can't believe they
boy.
didn't like Brink. What the fuck?
His hairline did a fucking U-turn, dude.
That's like saying they didn't like Scooby-Doo or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, if you didn't like Scooby-Doo, another one. It's like, how do I even talk to you?
Yeah. That's wild to me. Like I don't think I've ever met anybody that didn't like Brink. But
There's some really good ones. Like fucking one of my favorite ones was Luck of the Irish too.
oh yeah, look at the Irish, my joint.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Irish, Halloween Town, bro.
You see any of these movies, Devin?
I'm lost, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
he's like,
Shit, man,
I'm watching this.
generational
done
I'm
had-
gap.
watching it.
You didn't have Disney Plus for how long? You ain't watched none of these classics.
I'm
No,
gonna
he's
keep
on
it
the
like
new
a
new.
buck
The
50 with you,
13th
bro.
year, bro, where the kid turns into the freaking mermaid. That was my jam.
Yeah, the merman.
Yeah, the
Brendan
merman.
The merman.
He's
Merman.
a man, bro. There's a difference. One of them
You-
wears a bra.
You'll get
kid
that
did it.
reference when you watch it. But
Classic,
We can-
bro.
classics.
You know, people watching this, you either know or you don't. Like
Yeah, if you know, you know.
you know.
If
We're
If you
on
don't
the
know,
same
you
boat.
should.
We're on the
Go
same
If
check
you
it
boat.
don't
out.
know, welcome to the club. You're just as clueless as I am.
Hey, man, go watch them. You won't be. You're missing out right now, but you'll be rectifying that if you go
Well,
watch
it's
those.
like
Those
the
are-
it's like the people who like
You'll
wear
culture
Nirvana shirts
myself.
and they don't even know they're a band. It's like, are you kidding?
Oh yeah.
You're wearing a Nirvana shirt. You don't even
Yeah,
know. You
That
don't
pisses
even
me
know,
off.
youngin.
I'm like, yo, what's your favorite song?
And then
They're just
they
like,
call me a old head.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna wear the shirt, at least know the damn band.
yeah.
Educate yourself.
It's like somebody's wearing a
Some
basketball
good-ass
jersey and
music.
you're like, yo, who's your favorite player?
Oh
It's
shit,
like-
my chip.
Oh shit. You almost just lost you to space, bro. You almost went fucking flying into the background.
Almost lost to the abyss. He's like,
Shit.
"No."
Don't end up on your windshield.
Thanos is coming.
It's like interstellar your ass. You're gonna interstellar your ass into fucking a different dimension and shit.
I ain't seen that movie.
Oh,
Is that the
what
Is that the
the
Sandra
fuck?
Bullock joint?
Did you just tell me you haven't seen
Mhm.
Interstellar?
Yeah, never seen it.
Yep, it's a good one. It's a good one.
I ain't seen The Martian either. I need to see
It
that.
has a lot of I am moments. You know,
I
those
heard-
moments where you're like, damn, that's some deep shit. That's some
Very
I love
philosophical.
movies like that. Yeah. I think they're gonna make a second one because of how it ends. No spoilers, but how it ends, it's like
Don't spoil
What,
it, but we
Interstellar
need a
or
number 2.
Martian?
on Interstellar, yeah. I think they
Okay.
might make a second one because it ends kind of, interesting. But it's fucking dope. Like I'm just gonna say this one part about it. It's not really a spoiler, but like it has to do with like space travel and shit. So it's like if they travel to this place or stay on this planet, it's like it's fucking like 5 years. An hour down there is like 5 years here.
Quite
it's
literally.
like-
Yeah, that's
racing
how-
against the
it's
clock.
That's
fucking
how
crazy.
space works.
Yeah. I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that
Science,
shit
bro.
gets
Like you ever seen? There's this episode of Friends where the one who's the actor, Joey, I think. Yeah, Joey's the actor. He's like in a space movie, and like he's dating this girl, and like he tells her like because before he leaves for space, he's like I just wanted to say goodbye. I'm going on a long mission in space. He's like, when you have kids, tell your granddaughter to give me a call because I'm gonna want to meet her when I get back. But like he tells her before, like, cause he's like, by the time I get back, you'll be old and I'll still be the same age. Like it's funny.
And speaking of space, this gets me onto something that's like one of my low-key favorite movies that not a lot of people like really even watched is fucking Ender Game.
I saw it.
That movie's
was pretty
fucking
good.
dope. A lot of people don't really like it because of the books, and I haven't read the books, don't attack me, but I do want to read the books just because the movie was that dope. I was like,
Is there
oh,
only
shit.
one of those movies?
No, dude, there's motherfucker writes a book about that whole universe. So it's like he has like 10 books.
No, not the books. I'm saying the movies. Isn't there only one movie?
Yeah,
right
there's
now?
only one movie. I wish there was more because it
Yeah,
kind of
that,
leaves it on a cliffhanger as well.
Yeah, dude, because like he spoiler alert if you ain't seen Ender's Game,
Mhm.
but at the end when they because they think it's like a practice run,
Yeah,
right? And then but the way he does it, like he takes out like the whole race of aliens,
mhm.
and then like they're like, oh shit, that was, just so you know, that was real.
Yeah,
and
they're like,
he's like, what?
they're like, well done. He's like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? He's like, you just fucking saved humanity. He's like, I just fucking genocided a whole planet. Really, what I did. He was pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not how we do shit. But I love that line too that he says. That's like one of my favorite lines where he's like, it's how we win matters. Like, it doesn't matter that we fucking win. It's how we won. Like literally,
Made a
they're on
G
the verge of
today,
extinction.
but you made
now
it in a
because
sleazy way.
of our fear, of our fear of them. And then he finds an egg. Long story short, there's this egg that's like telepathically talking to him the whole movie. He finds that egg, and it's the queen, or it's the queen who's telepathically communicating to him, and she gives him the job to really save their whole race. And he goes out in space. He becomes a commander now and he's like fucking 13.
It's like the Rachni.
Yeah, he's like 13 years old, and he's like has the highest standing in the military you can have. So he goes out and tries to find another planet for him, and that's how it ends. But the books, that's what makes me want to read the books, because in the books they cover all that shit. Probably better too. So it's like, I need to get those books.
The book's always better than the movie. Like the only case where I can say that like I liked the show or the movie just as much as I liked the book is The Magicians. That like they cut some stuff out, but like it's not terribly, like it doesn't kill the story. But like The Magicians is a great show adaptation of a book. Like that's my shit.
I love that show too. That shit gets dark too. You're like, what?
For real.
Take a left turn here, and you're like, what the fuck? Where are we at? We ain't in Kansas no more. Oh shit! Hold on, real quick. Keep talking. I gotta do something.
The hell. But yeah, man, you gotta watch some of these movies, man. You're missing out.
I know. I'm like just sitting here,
All right. Sorry, y'all. Had to go plug in the computer. Thought it was plugged in. It's all good. We're running. Yeah, we're ready. I was wondering why the screen was getting dim. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
You just
warning.
Battery at 10%. What does that mean?
Like, oh shit. We about to have to scrap this shit and restart? Hell no, we ain't doing that.
Said it's dying? What does that mean?
We killed it. Talk radio. Fuck.
But man,
Talk radio.
What?
But yeah, I agree. That show is awesome. And like the fillery shit's really dope too. Like if you haven't seen it, just watch it. No spoilers, but I like that whole concept as well.
Yeah. It's like Narnia. It's like Narnia-esque.
It's like a dark Narnia.
That's like those books and like the Magicians is like if Chronicles of Narnia and Harry Potter had a baby and that baby did drugs.
Was
like that's basically
what
it is. Yeah, and that like that's pretty much it's like an adult Harry Potter, but they also go to Narnia. Like that's basically that's the best way to explain it.
I thought it was so funny how like when I grew up in like a predominantly Christian household. I thought it was so funny how mom let me watch Chronicles of Narnia, but wouldn't let me touch Harry Potter.
Yeah, like what is
it's
that?
It's the same stuff, dude. It's legit the same shit. Like,
bro, no lie. I have
a
fucking
witch
cousin.
Wardrobe.
Hey, don't be talking about my franchise like that.
I'm talking about it like there's magic. There's a witch in it. It's literally in the title. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Well, Chronicles of Narnia is like based off of Christianity. Like the original books, like the dude C.S. Lewis, I'm pretty sure is his name. Yeah. He like the Bible like heavily influenced Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah, I see
like
that.
And that's like that's not me talking on my ass. Like you could just like this, like just Google that shit. Like that's 100% legit.
That's literally the only reason she let us watch it. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Well, which is weird because we have the same mom, and I was reading Harry Potter books since day one.
Yeah, Wild West style, bro. We got away with everything.
No, like she used to buy them for me and everything. Like, and then like I think she realized what they were actually about, and then she was just like, "Oh, nix on this."
She's like, "Nah."
Well, and you can just blame your brother, man, because he ruined all that shit for you. She's like, "Not again, not again." Because he's reckless. He's living rough.
We live wild. We live rough.
But yeah, I never got that because I have a cousin whose mom So my aunt, doesn't even want him watching like Pokemon, because it's like she's
Yeah.
that far like into it where it's like
Yeah.
Pokemon's the devil. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Pokemon's the shit.
I remember because I went to Catholic school until like 7th grade, and I remember as kids, like, we had Pokemon cards and everything.
Yeah.
And there was this one kid in my class who like never messed with Pokemon. Like, he never watched the show, he didn't collect the cards or nothing. And like I remember one time we asked him, he was like, because my mom doesn't like it, she thinks it's the devil. She says Pokemon means Pokemonsters.
Well, and it's like
And
those
like it does,
conspiracies.
but like not like
Pocket
that.
monster, bro.
It's like what do you do when you get with your church friends? You like talk about shit like that, like, Pokemon is the devil, and they're like, oh shit, really? And then like you fucking get all this shit in your head, and then you're like going home, you gotta fucking rip them cards up. We ain't gonna have a devil in this house.
See, you know what I was
Mom,
thinking
that was my
about?
Charizard. No.
Oh hell no, dude.
Chris Brown, bro. Chris Brown.
Ridiculous. It's like Detroit Rock City. She rips up the tickets.
Oh yeah. Oh hell no.
You did not just burn the shit out of my
Detroit Rock
tickets.
City is another one you gotta watch, Devon. I'll let you borrow it. I have it.
Yeah, we're on another level. We're talking.
Yeah, we're just this is the title of this episode is educating Devon on 90s culture.
Yeah,
Devin's
Detroit
the
Rock
audience
City is
in
one of
this
my
one.
favorites too. That shit's so good.
But you know what? Like that makes me think of like of all like the like the card games and shit that were around when we were coming up. Devon, like you may not have even heard of this because this one was so fringe. Like when we were coming up, for me at least, like because you had your Pokemon.
I think I already know what you're gonna say.
You had your Pokemon, you had your Digimon, you had your Yu-Gi-Oh, but then there was like a corner of the nerd kingdom that was out here playing Magic the Gathering.
I know that.
And
bro.
like
That shit's still big.
Like, dude, I mean, and it's not just a corner. That's like a huge game. Like, there's like millions of people play that shit. But like,
yeah, like someone
I had
watching this right now
no
is like,
idea.
"What?
bro.
I play that shit."
I had no idea. And that same Pokemon kid from my class, inexplicably, his mom was cool with Magic. Like, he played Magic. Like, I was like, dude, that sounds way worse than Pokemon.
Like
Magic the Gathering? Come
They're out
on.
in the freaking woods all naked. They're like, oh.
I could not
It's
make
crazy.
heads or tails of that game, man. Like, that game made zero
Well,
sense
it's like
to me.
it just goes to show like what's popular, like brings fear. So it's like, oh, Pokemon's big because it's the biggest fucking shit. It's the biggest
Yeah.
card game out there. So it's like, of course, it's gonna piss off some Christian or some fucking religious nut job. It's like, oh shit, like Pokemon, not knowing that there's
Yeah.
fucking this other card game that might be darker or
Magic the
less
Gathering.
known,
Right, dude? Like,
way worse.
but like, not even on that tip. Like, I'm just saying, like, I seen the cards one time, and like I seen people playing it, like, and I could not make heads or tails of it, dude. Like, that
I play
game
Magic.
seemed like I have no idea.
I just barely learned how to play the Pokemon trading
Dude,
card
I'm
game.
fucking into
And that's another
card games.
ridiculous thing. Like, we grew up with Pokemon. You are the one that knows how to play the game, Devon. Like, I never actually played the game when I had the cards as a
I
kid.
just have like 3 binders of Pokemon cards. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can learn how to play this shit. It's
Oh, and
pretty
you know
fun.
what's interesting is that like everyone back then were, that just goes to show that we're molding like what pop culture is and what things are coming, where it's like back then it's like comic books, like even like there was no movies, we wanted these things. So it's like our generation kind of molded a lot of this shit, because it's like Pokemon, we used to collect them like and say, oh yeah, Charizard, one day that's going to be worth so much fucking money, and our parents would be like, what the fuck you talking about? Like that ain't never
Yeah.
going to be worth shit. And now Charizards are worth fucking
Yeah.
more money
Well,
than
you know
they
what?
make in 10 years.
That same
So-
Charizard
know what's-
that you had in a freaking stack of about this thick.
dude, I had
wrapped in a
3 of
rubber
them.
band.
I had 3 first edition Charizards, and I sold them for a fucking 2 trash bags full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Dumbest mistake I've
What?
ever made in my life. Dumbest
my
mistake
God. You
could
I've
be
ever made in my life.
You could be sitting pretty right
Ah.
now. You could be sitting real pretty right now.
3 of them.
But
They weren't
nah.
from booster packs. They were from fucking single packs that I opened.
Dude, I used to have.
I traded to get some too.
I had a Charizard.
How dare you.
I had one first edition Charizard, and like I had a
Yeah.
bunch of like rare ass cards and shit. But like
Still
I didn't
humped
know.
it.
Like I had no concept of like saving shit until like later. Like keeping it nice. Like I used to fucking keep those in my pockets with like without anything covered on. I used to put
Freaking
rubber bands.
band. Yeah.
Rubber bands around the stacks and shit, like just messing these cards up. Like, even if I still had them to this day, like I probably couldn't get
They wouldn't
anything
be
for them.
No, I kept them in binders, but I kept them in little foldies. But like those were my prize cards. Like I had 3 Charizards, first edition, because back then that they just like today, they were the most sought after card. Everyone fucking, if you had fucking even one Charizard, you were like king, king on the playground and shit. King. So it's like I had 3 of those motherfuckers, and I got really heavily into Yu-Gi-Oh, like crack style, where I'm like, I gotta get some Yu-Gi-Oh. I gotta play it, because I was more into playing Yu-Gi-Oh and more interested in collecting Pokemon. So I was like, I need cards to play. I want to battle somebody. I want to fucking
like I knew how to. I think I think I liked Yu-Gi-Oh more than Pokemon just because like I'm stupid, and like Yu-Gi-Oh was way simpler to like play.
Well, and what hooked me is the show. Like I didn't even know Yu-Gi-Oh cards existed. I just saw the show.
For real,
like, this show is this popping.
Dude, I remember the first time I actually saw the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like my cousin came over and he had some, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
I was like, "They make these now?" Like, shit, I gotta go get some.
Yeah, dude, I lost my mind. I literally lost my mind. I was like, "These are real." And then ever since then, I was like, "I'm gonna get more. How do I get more of these?"
Bro.
So I'm gonna sell my Pokemon cards, get some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Worst fucking decision I made, because I didn't only have those. I had the Bulbasaurs that go for fucking 10 grand now, and the fucking, those fucking cards.
Got freaking robbed, dude.
Highway
robbery.
I was sitting on a fortune.
That Yu-Gi-Oh dude saw you coming a mile away. He knew what he had when you walked in. He was like, "Yep." He was like, "Watch me get this kid."
I thought, well, and at the point I thought I was getting that kid. I was like, I got this kid.
We don't get
2 trash bags full of trash.
Go
literally. And I just gave him a fucking fortune. Hey, if you're watching this kid,
and that kid
live on my street.
That kid grew up to be Logan Paul. How does it, you feel old yet?
Damn. But yeah, like that kid probably didn't even keep him either, or he might have ruined him, like you said.
It's like that.
He might have rubber banded the motherfuckers.
It's like that meme, like
Ruined
society. If Mike had kept his Charizards, it's like flying cars and shit.
Yeah. Well, and knowing my past and shit, like if I would have kept him, Charizard would never be at the level it's at now. Like I would just be sitting on trash.
Yeah.
I thought these were gonna make it.
That was the freaking linchpin.
They're still not worth anything.
Once he got rid of the timeline shifted.
Yeah, and now they're worth
shit.
shit. Just because I have them, they're worth shit now. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Let's make sure that never goes big. That's too simple for him. We gotta keep shit. We gotta mix shit up for him.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta keep the Truman Show going.
Oh boy. Get me started like on that movie, dude.
Oh my gosh.
On that whole concept. Okay. Oh, here's a good question. What is your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Me, Myself, and Irene. Easy.
What? That's
Easy.
your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Out of all time. I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It's hilarious. His acting's phenomenal.
It's hilarious.
It's so phenomenal.
Why am I pissing like I was up all night having sex?
Dude, the part where he's carrying himself into the back of the car. Do you mean I gotta carry your sorry ass?
Oh shit.
And then he's fighting himself and like he spits in the air and then changes and spits in his own face. Dude.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Shoves a chicken in his ass.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I forgot about that part.
Dude, the best part is the cow, man. He's like trying to put this cow to misery. Like, and then he just like shoots it like with the whole clip. And like he strangles it out and he's like And then later on in the movie, you hear them. They're like,
Oh,
sick
my
bastard shot a
goodness.
cow 60 times. Surprised
Oh,
it's
my
still
goodness.
alive.
Damn. I forgot
It's
about
still
how
alive.
funny that movie was.
Dude, it's the
Oh,
best,
man.
without a doubt.
That's damn. All right, like I'll give it to you. That is a funny ass, but that might be
Dude.
like in the running for funniest. But for my favorite, I think I gotta go classic Dumb and Dumber.
Well,
That's my
Yeah.
shit.
that's where it all started.
That's such a classic movie. Like either Dumb and Dumber or The Mask.
Yeah.
Because The Mask was like one of my favorite movies
Well,
back in the
Mask
day.
is really dope as well.
Yeah.
Man. I'm surprised
What
no
about
one
you,
said
Devin?
this one. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah, that's Ace
Bro,
Ventura
the
is really
freaking
good. It's
opening
really
scene.
funny.
Where he's got the freaking package and he's just
Yeah, dude.
freaking throwing that shit all over the place.
Well, and Jim
That's
Carrey
how they
doesn't
deliver
miss.
my
Like,
packages, bro.
Jim Carrey doesn't miss. He's actually like one of my favorite people in Hollywood. So like if I met
Yeah,
him,
dude.
it would be a big deal. But if I
Like-
met a lot of people in Hollywood, it wouldn't be a big deal. I'd be like, yo, what up? But
And
if I
he's
met
one
him,
of
I'd be
those-
like, you're my dude.
he's one of those actors, like it's rare for, in my opinion, that can like because he's a comedian,
Mhm.
but he can do drama just as well as he does comedy.
Mhm.
Like, dude, you seen The Number 23?
Oh
That's
my
like
god.
I love that
Good.
movie, and
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying.
didn't like that movie, but that's a really dope movie.
I haven't seen him in a movie that I didn't like, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
he's just that dude. But yeah, 23 is a fucking great movie, and it's I Am,
Yeah.
And when everyone watching, the thing I say about I Am, it just means like the synchronicities, and it makes it like it just boom, it hits you on that deeper level, like mind blowing explosions. But yeah, it's
Okay.
fucking sick.
I got a fun one. Got a fun one real quick. Rank these actors from your least favorite to favorite.
Okay.
Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell,
Alex
Adam
Baldwin.
Sandler. Who's another funny guy? Who's another clown? So Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will
Joaquin
Ferrell.
Phoenix. He's a clown.
Shut the hell up.
Uh,
All right, just those actors then. Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell.
That's easy. Jim Carrey.
I said rank these from least to
So
favorite.
Jim Carrey, Adam
From
Sandler.
least to most favorite.
Okay, so least would be Will Ferrell, unfortunately. Then Adam Sandler would be second, and then Jim Carrey, number one, the GOAT. He's goated.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I made that too easy.
Well, and to be honest, like one of my favorite comedians that was in movies, he's not alive no more, is Chris Farley. He's one of the funniest people I've ever had the chance to experience.
Yeah, dude.
He's just on another level. I wish he
Fucking
was still
Tommy
doing
Boy,
movies.
Black Sheep, Beverly
Dude,
Hills
Black
Ninja.
Sheep kills me, and not a lot of people know about that movie because Tommy Boy was so good. But
You need to
Black
get on
Sheep.
Netflix and watch those movies too, Devin.
dude, Black Sheep fucking
You know
had me dead.
about Chris Farley, Devin?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
my
goodness.
goodness.
We
I
gonna
have to
learn
know
you,
about
kid.
Chris
Man.
Farley.
All right, you need to
Just look him
watch
up.
all these. You need to watch all these by next week, and then we're gonna check back in with
Yeah,
you
just
next
look
week.
up Chris Farley. This dude's fucking on another level. He used to be on SNL
right.
all the time.
Okay, we got to give Devin some homework real quick. You got to watch at least 5 movies before next week. So it's got to be Tommy Boy, Brink, Small Soldiers,
Hold up. Let me get my notes out. Give me a sec.
and then we're gonna check back next week with you and get your impressions.
You don't even need to get a note. We'll fucking send that shit to you.
Yeah, we'll send you a list.
Movies. So Tommy Boy, Brink,
Small Soldiers, Small Soldiers, Tiny Dancer,
Tiny.
Pull me close,
Uh,
Tiny Dancer.
and there's just those ones for now.
Okay, the big three.
And we're gonna check back. We'll make that a segment of the podcast, like educating Devin,
Yeah.
bringing him up to speed.
Yeah. Bringing them to our world every once in a
Turning
while.
Devin into a '90s kid.
We
1
gonna
week
learn
at a
ya.
time.
Yeah. We're gonna bridge the gap here.
On
well,
culturology.
Yep.
Let me bridge my gap then.
All right.
Okay. Give us hit us with it.
I don't really have anything.
Come
I feel
on.
like you already know everything that I like.
That's what I'm saying.
come on.
Everything you've
bring-
experienced, we've experienced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything you thought about doing, we've done. Trust me, mom will catch you.
Just know
Well,
we are on the front
Or give us
line of
something,
all
like
this
what
shit.
did kids your age like grow up watching, and like what was the
Like,
hot
what was your
shit?
favorite show? Watch it like
shit.
on Nickelodeon or
Oh.
something growing up.
Okay,
This
so
will
it wasn't on
blow my
it
mind.
wasn't on Nickelodeon or anything, but I remember it was on Netflix. The Spectacular Spider-Man.
See,
Holy shit!
time
dude.
out right there.
See,
Dude.
Time out
already.
right there. Already
the-
time out. Wasn't on Nickelodeon, it was on Netflix.
Like
Damn, we're old.
damn,
we're
it's
old
I
as
didn't
hell,
have
I'm saying.
cable. I didn't have cable.
That's what
I
I'm
wish I
Yeah,
saying.
true
had
that. We
cable.
didn't have cable.
I get you. I get
Yeah.
you there. But it's like you missed out, bro. Like you had to wait past the commercials and
say-
see all the fucking toys you wanted and the goo machine and the fucking easy bake oven bullshit, all that shit, just to see, you know,
the
like your
fucking
show.
light up. You remember the light up boards? Like you would plug the
Yeah,
LED
you
light.
put a fucking image on
Yeah,
it.
the freaking. It's like
light
It's
brights.
like a
light brights.
bunch of little tiny crayons that you just put into the board.
Play-Doh.
Yup.
You remember Play-Doh?
Dude, Play-Doh's still popping.
Uh,
All right.
Play-Doh's still popping.
All right. Anyways, you said Spectacular Spider-Man. Was that the Drake
Yes.
Bell joint?
no, that's
that the one he was on?
Spider-Man.
As Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
was-
I implore you to watch it, dude.
Is it on Netflix
That-
still?
I don't know.
I was probably on
uh,
Disney Plus, right? Maybe.
Yeah, they get
It
rid of
wasn't. Last
they get
time I
rid of the
checked, it
dope shit
wasn't.
after a while. Like they
But,
got rid of South Park. I'm like, what? How you gonna get
South Park's on
South Park?
HBO Max, dude.
And then, oh, that's probably why they got rid of Workaholics. Speaking of Workaholics,
Workaholics is on Hulu.
all right, see,
I got you
Got the
guys.
they're all
streaming genius
branching
over here.
out. But who started it? Who did it first? Netflix. They're goated. Because no one was doing that shit. Now everyone's
Mm.
Now
jumping
they
on
don't
it. They're
have
like,
Mm.
I gotta.
I don't know.
get
They
on
added
that.
They added some heat this month, dude.
Everybody's
fucking-
taking their shit back.
fucking
Like,
Life.
But why?
They put Life on Netflix this month. That the Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy joint.
Oh shit.
That is so. All right, put that on the list because that is such a funny movie.
Martin Lawrence, you're just gonna have so much list. It's gonna be an impossible endeavor.
Well, you don't gotta watch them all by next week.
You told me I had to.
You just gotta look.
You gotta
up who
watch
the fuck-
these ones. You gotta watch these 5. But
You just
Yeah,
gotta
like-
look up who
We're
Chris
at 4.
Farley is,
We're at
you-
4.
well, we're gonna get you one more before this episode ends.
because
Okay,
you
well,
cannot
I
leave
want
this
y'all to
earth
watch
not knowing who
first few
Chris
episodes
Farley
of
is
Spectacular
or was.
Spider-Man, then.
All right. Well, if it's on Netflix, I'll watch. See, all the things I'm telling you to watch are easily, readily available.
If
If
I have
this,
to buy it for you, I will.
all right.
Because I'm telling you,
Um,
dude, when I oh my gosh, I think
can
it's
get
the
it.
best animated superhero TV show I've watched.
That's
Like,
great. I'm gonna have to see it. Yeah, we used to
it's-
have like the old school, the X-Men that is
remember-
on Disney Plus now. We used to have that when it first launched.
Even more classic than that for me was do you remember? I think they got like a remake of it going on now, but like they're like claymated or like they're like it's like more cartoony looking. But do you remember back in the day, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? It was
Yes.
Spider-Man,
Iceman,
Iceman,
Firestar.
and yeah, dude, that was my jam back in the day.
That was
I
was
loved
cool.
that. They were like
Looking back,
roommates.
Yeah.
Looking back, I'm like, dang, it's like a fever. dream
Speaking of
almost.
that, a really cool reference that I like. This might be way too old of a generational kind of show for you, Devon, but Dexter's Lab.
Oh, Dexter's
I know
Lab.
Dexter's Lab.
Okay, all right,
I know
good.
fucking Dexter's Lab.
Okay,
Acting
all right,
like
that's
I'm 9
good to
years
know
old.
because that's the same kind of era we're
Dexter's
talking
Lab.
about, bro.
The most legendary episode of that for me is the one where he is trying to learn French and forgets how to say everything but omelette du fromage.
Well,
Like and
Oh,
like
and then
it's
they
like
turned
that's
into
like
the
all
meme.
that's all he can say. Yeah, and like
Yeah,
even
it's
like
the
the
meme.
end where like the bully comes and he's like about to beat his ass. He's like, I'm gonna do for my eyes. I'm gonna do for my eyes.
And the girls are like, say that again. And now it's a meme. That's like one of my favorite memes. That and also the fucking raw the what the fuck is it? I can't even think of it right now. The Rolf from fucking
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie looking out the window.
I love Ed and Eddie.
Dude, that GIF's gold too.
Bet your sweet bippy
But
I did.
getting back to Dexter's lab, what's really cool is that they had this side segment that would be the Justice Friends. And it's like the Hulk, Captain America, and Thor, they're all roommates, but they have different names. And it's like the Incredible Hulk. And like,
oh yeah,
it's fucking, it was like a little spoof, but they're representing those characters. Look it up, YouTube it. Even if you're watching this, you haven't seen it. Look it up. It's pretty fucking hilarious. There's this one episode where the Hulk character, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but he gets like a chip stuck in his tooth and he's like going ballistic. He's like, oh
yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking dope. I just wanted to point that out because it reminded me of that. But that was, see, like Dexter's did some like crazy shit like that all the time, where it's like references and they would add little spoof videos or like just some crazy shit like that. I was like, damn, that's so dope.
Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken was a Dexter's Lab like side story too.
Mm-hmm. Well, Cow and Chicken was the shit. I remember all those shows. Cat Dog, fucking. There were some weird ones.
Cat Dog.
I used to watch a cat named Cat Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that
cool.
The fucking Angry Beavers. Remember that shit?
Oh, dude, the Angry Beavers, bro. That was my shit. Rocket Power, bro.
Yeah, Rocket Power is on another level.
Rocket Power was top tier. Like Rocket Power was S tier cartoon television right there. One that we always disagree upon, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get roasted for this by like all the other '90s kids out there, because I'm definitely in the minority when I say this, but I did not fuck with Courage the Cowardly Dog at all.
I know, that's crazy to me.
Hated that show.
That is crazy to me, bro. I thought that had like
that show is so
dope
fucking
as
boring
shit
to me. I was like, get it out. Like every time that shit came on, I was just like, ah.
Yeah, that's a sleeper.
That's when you know it's time to go to bed.
Yeah,
well, that was one of those shows that you
Courage
either got or you didn't get. You know, it's like you either get it or you're getting into it or you're not. But I love Courage. I like the art, like the way the animation was in that show was fucking.
I thought it was creepy.
But I liked creepy shit as a kid. I was like, yes, I want to be scared. Like you're talking to someone who used to watch like Jason when he was fucking 9 and shit. Like,
see, like
Michael
man,
Myers.
that's just the thing with me. Like I just never have found the horror genre of any type of thing, like books, comics, TV, movies, like any of that. The horror genre is just like not for me. Like I don't find it entertaining, and like it's just, in my opinion, like except like I like thrillers, like stuff like Saw. Saw isn't horror to me. Like that's a thriller. Like like stuff like that. Like and like
what about like Scream? You seen the first Scream?
Yeah, I like Scream. Like Scream because that's another one. Like I don't consider Scream a horror. I just
it's a slasher.
I consider Scream like a thriller. Like I don't really consider it a horror movie.
I think it's a slasher, but yeah, it's it has like you want something
and
with, like a twist at the end, or like, oh shit, that really happened.
Yeah, like
damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, like that type of stuff. Like
you just don't want mindless killing for no reason.
I mean, it's just like I could take it or leave it. Like I do like the Halloween movies. Those movies are dope.
Dude, speaking of Halloween, the new one was really awesome.
I haven't seen it, but I don't really care if you spoil it for me because I'm not gonna watch it
till like it
comes to Netflix.
Yeah, you just answer the question. You're not a big horror fan, so why would you be up to date on that shit? Like you'll get it when it
I'm pretty sure
your path and there's nothing out to watch. Maybe you'll give it a shot then.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I know the Halloween movies is because I saw them at your house growing up. So you were always watching that type of shit.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit. I love it. And actually, I tell people this all the time, and they're like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, why? What the hell? Like, but I used to root for Michael in those movies. Like, I never root. Like, he was my hero. Like, you want to talk about
Them
superheroes?
kids, yo.
I was like, yo, Michael better kill all those teenagers having sex. Fuck them all. And this is like 10-year-old me, dude, with my thoughts like Michael's the shit. And you know, for people who don't know, that's my actual name. So it's like I kind of had like that, like, oh, I see you. We Mikes, we gotta stick together. Like, I don't care how crazy you get, I'm on your team.
I remember like growing up, I would hear people talking about like, did you see the Michael Myers movie? Like he's like how many people he killed and everything. And like I was like, when I heard it, I thought Mike Myers like from Austin Powers. I was like, what movie is this? Like
Shrek,
he's a killer in a movie? What?
Get in my belly.
Well,
yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is that I was familiar with Mike Myers, the fictional character, the killer, before I even knew Mike Myers from Wayne's World. You know, it's like I, as a kid, because I seen Wayne's World, I didn't know the actors' names. I'm not good with names. But then when I heard that was his name, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? His name's Mike Myers.
Yeah, that.
I'm like, Michael Myers, really?
Up.
I'm like,
Caused a lot of
my idol.
confusion for me.
My serial killer idol. Okay.
This episode brought to you
His
by
name.
confusion.
Dude, and speaking of Mike
It
Myers,
hits us all.
it took me the longest time, and
does it?
some of you are going to be like, no way you went that long without realizing that Dr. Evil also played Michael Myers. But I've seen the first three, I think.
You mean Austin Powers?
Austin Powers, yeah. So I seen the first 3 Austin Powers and did not know that he played also Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Straight up.
What?
That's
Straight
crazy.
up. And then it hit me one day. I was like, he's fucking playing Dr. Evil too? Completely blew
plays
my world.
And then the third one, he
Made it
plays
through
like
3
4
movies,
different.
or 2 movies.
He plays like 4 different characters in the third one. He plays
Fat Bastard.
Fat Bastard, Gold Member, Austin, and Dr. Evil.
But yeah, that blew my mind. And I was like, how come I never saw it? He plays everyone else, of course.
Bro,
Yeah.
Mini Me. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, those movies are the shit.
I didn't know this until recently, but Mini-Me, Vern Troyer, he was in the first Harry Potter movie.
Who was he?
He's one of the goblins.
Oh. At the
And
bank.
like
Oh.
I didn't know he was British either. I had no idea.
He's British?
Yeah.
Like with the accent and everything?
Yeah. Because that was like always a thing. Like when J.K. Rowling, the writer of Harry Potter, like when they started making movies,
They wanted everyone to be British.
she told them like that was a condition she made. She was like, only British actors. Like no Americans can be in these movies.
That's
sucks.
fucked up.
Because she wanted it because she's British. She wrote the
Well, I
book, so
understand.
she wanted.
What the hell, bruv?
It's like
Allow
freaking,
it.
it's like if we let a freaking British guy play Captain America. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I get you.
Chris Evans for
Why?
life.
Or an American playing James Bond. They're kind of like that. They're like, James Bond has to
Yeah.
be a Brit. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Dude, speaking of James Bond, I'm on the Idris Elba chain. I want Idris Elba to be the next James Bond, dude. That's my guy.
Well, and speaking of a franchise I need to watch, like I have the whole collection, and because I love James Bond movies, when I get a chance to watch them, but I haven't seen all of them. Like I haven't seen the ones that were the first ones, but I have the whole chronological order. I need to watch that. So that just reminded me to watch that shit.
I would like to watch all the old ones too. I haven't seen none of the old ones. Like I haven't even seen the only James Bonds I ever saw were the Pierce Brosnans. Like Die Another Day. What's the Day After Tomorrow? No, not Day After Tomorrow. That's freaking Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
What are they called? Die Another Day.
Fuck.
The one with
I can't even
the one
think
with
of them.
the Halle Berry joint. But anyways, those ones.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen
I know
none of
which ones
the
you're talking
Daniel
about.
Craig's. I haven't seen the newer ones.
Die Another Day is the only one I really remember because that was my favorite as a kid.
It's gonna bug me. I gotta look them up. We're
Yeah, look 'em
gonna
up. There's
figure it
so
out.
many, bro. Like there's like over 20 something movies of James Bond. And I'm
Well,
like,
I'm just talking
what?
about the Pierce because I can
Yeah,
remember some of the
understand.
other
He
ones.
has, I think he had a 3. He was in
Have you
3 of
seen the
them.
most recent one?
What?
No, I haven't seen any of the
No, I
Daniel
haven't.
Craig's.
I've seen all of them except the recent one. And I was kind of late to that trilogy.
Tomorrow
the new
Never
character.
Dies, bro.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
That was gonna bug me.
Actually, that was my favorite. Yeah.
The
Tomorrow
World
Never
Is Not Enough. Die Another Day. GoldenEye, man.
Mhm.
Okay, so his movies were GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I gotta watch.
I
That's
saw
what I'm saying.
all those
watch
ones.
them all. Want to watch them all, but I haven't seen the new one. I actually started watching it, but I didn't finish it. Ain't that some shit?
Every time I try to sit down and watch the first Daniel Craig one, I forget what it's called, but is Casino Royale?
Yeah, I think so.
I fall asleep every time I try to watch that movie.
Mhm.
So like, I think maybe that's a sign. Like,
Well, and it gets
I've heard they're
better.
really good, man.
They are good. I've seen Casino Royale. I was late. That's what I'm saying. I was late to that franchise where I'm like, oh, okay, to that James Bond, and I was like, okay. But now I'm all caught up. I'm ready to watch the next one, but haven't seen it yet.
Did you say you wanted Idris Elba to be?
Hell yeah,
I can ride with that actually.
that's my guy.
That would be dope. He's popping off in a lot of things lately.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Yeah, you seen
I
that?
just
I
found
haven't
out
watched
he's playing Knuckles in the next Sonic movie.
Yeah,
What?
I think you told me about that.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm in it.
Let's go. I haven't watched it yet, but he's in that new Netflix joint, the like Western type movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's really
The Harder
good.
They Fall.
Yeah,
I watched
one.
that. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, I heard it was
It's
good.
pretty dope. I only heard about it because of the soundtrack. That song with Kid Cudi. Fucking
Kid
shit goes
Cudi.
hard. Look it up. He has a song. I don't know the name of it. But Kid Cudi's in a song that's in that movie. And I was like, damn. And then I was like, this movie looks dope. I seen the trailer on Netflix. I was just scrolling through and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even know this was fucking on here. So I'm checking it out. But yeah, it was pretty dope. But yeah, he's popping off. He's in a lot of shit. And speaking of Sonic, what did y'all think after all the backlash, all that shit happened? What do you think the final product? Because
I never even saw it, dude.
Oh shit!
Bro,
I really could give a fuck less. I could not give a fuck less.
Because
this
they
is my
raged.
area, bro.
People
Like-
fucking rioted in the street.
Let me get my little piece out because Devon is a Sonic fanatic. He'll go on
All
and
right,
on
so
about
we'll
Sonic.
get
Like,
into it.
he can tell you the real like opinion from a real fan's perspective. But for me,
Oh, I love
Sonic was always that other game on Sega. Like you had the dope shit, which was Mortal Kombat. Then you had Sonic. And I was like,
What the hell?
I was like, man, get it out of here. Like
Well,
I
you're in the
was
minority,
never
bro.
a fan.
I
Nah.
thought
I know
Sonic
I'm in the minority. It's a
was.
hot
I
take,
thought
but
Sonic was like the spokesperson for Sega.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
the
is,
Mario of Sega, bro.
but he is. But like I was never a fan because like I just
Yeah,
didn't like the whole.
He's like, but I love that game. I used to play those games. I beat them all. I beat all the originals. I haven't played the new ones. There's so many of those new ones now, like the 3D ones. Miss me with that shit, but I'll go back and play the original Sonics every day. I got it on my phone actually. You can get the fucking emulators now for your phone and shit. But yeah, Sonic's my shit. He's my dude. I actually enjoyed the movie. And speaking of, speaking of what's his face? Jim Carrey. He did that role justice, I thought.
Yeah.
He's fucking awesome. His first movie back since forever, and he knocked it out of the park.
Freaking rocked it, dude.
Yeah, he's killed it. All right, but now Devin, give me your opinion on the movie, just Sonic in general, because yeah, Sonic's my dude as well. I fucking love that dude.
Okay, so
But I didn't rage in the streets like everyone else.
So I had been following that movie since like they freaking said that they were sort of thinking about doing it. And it switched studios, I think twice. At one point I think it was with Sony, but I'm not entirely sure. But then they switched over to Paramount. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then Ninja Turtles happened. And I was like, fuck. I don't know.
That
about
was a
that one,
travesty.
dude. And then, so
We don't talk about
radio
that.
silence for like years.
Yeah, I don't know what movie you're talking about.
And then, and then out of nowhere, they dropped the freaking poster where my boy is looking like a 9-year-old child with all these different looking, like anatomically correct limbs, and I'm just like, what the hell? And
Yeah,
like
I know people were
this,
not
yeah,
psyched.
Oh yeah, that
And
was
so, like-
that was a big deal.
yeah, this was like earlier on, so like not a lot of people saw it. But then the trailer came out, the first trailer.
Yeah.
And
You know you
everybody-
fucked up when like
yeah,
the public outcry literally makes you change the character.
yeah. And like I remember going to school the next day, and everybody knew me as the Sonic kid. Like, oh yeah, that kid draws Sonic in his free time. He listens to the music. He plays the game. Like, he's a Sonic kid. And I remember people like giving me looks like, this kid, he likes this shit. Like, what the hell? I'm like, guys, I don't. I promise. I don't like it. And then like, I remember my friend sent me a screenshot of Sonic in that first trailer. He's like, "This your boy right here?" I'm just like, "No,
This is your
not him."
king.
I'm like, "It's not. He's not. I promise." I felt like
Oh.
I had to freaking apologize to everybody.
Oh damn,
because-
maybe that's why everyone was raging. They're like, "That's not the Sonic I like.
Yeah.
Get it?
How
Don't
dare
get
you
it
stand where
twisted.
he stood?
Yes.
Don't get it twisted."
And then they said they were gonna freaking redesign it, and I'm like, okay, good. I don't think they're gonna do much, but
Mhm.
please make him look somewhat better. And then the second trailer came out, and I'm like, I got my respect again.
Mhm.
People were like, this looks good, and I'm just like, yeah. And then the movie came out. Freaking loved the movie. I saw it twice in theaters. Jim Carrey killed it. I think
Mhm.
the character of Sonic was freaking amazing in that movie. He's more characterized than what
Yeah.
he's doing now. He's kind of
Who's the
Ben
voice?
Schwartz. Ben Schwartz. Parks and Recreation. Freaking John Ralphio.
Now you got to look at it. That's 3
Oh
strikes
my
you're out. Go look that
gosh.
shit up.
I don't know. I never watched
yeah.
Parks and Rec either.
Cause like
Uh,
I've just been like with Sonic, like ride or die.
But yeah,
let's see.
I enjoyed it as well, but I also wasn't expecting much from it.
Yeah.
So I was
Oh,
pleasantly
okay.
surprised, but I knew it was going to be, trying to get the newer generation, the younger generation into Sonic, which I'm all
Yeah.
for. Fucking yes.
And then like, did you see that the second movie actually got a poster, and they got it today, and I don't know if you could see this. Yeah, that guy. This is what it looks like.
Oh shit.
We got Tails in this joint. We got freaking Idris Elba as Knuckles, and like it's just sort of like now that it's hitting the big screen, everybody's sort of seeing like my world, and I'm just like, oh,
Mhm.
finally, people are gonna be able to look at it and just be like,
Well,
oh,
and
this
it's
is cool.
it's funny how you say it's your world. I respect you for that because it's like I feel like that's my world because it's like I grew up when the first game like when I touched it, like the Sega Genesis was all the rage,
Yeah.
and you're like, gotta get the Sega Genesis, gotta get that Sonic. Like
Yeah.
I was fucking hyped,
Nah.
fucking
I
playing
know-
that shit. But
I
yeah,
know everything there is to know about
That's
this
dope.
character. So like,
Yeah.
when it comes to that,
I
and, like,
respect
people,
that.
I see like people coming into it, and I'm just like, this is dope. 'Cause
See,
I
you're
could've-
like, Sonic is to you what Harry Potter is to me. I think
yeah.
because like that, like you
Sonic
quiz
and
me all
Spider-Man,
day.
bro.
You quiz me all day about some Harry Potter. I'll get every one of them questions right.
Mhm.
Dude, me and Frank, damn, I'm pissed that he's not here to tell this story with me. But we went to like they had this Harry Potter pop-up bar that was downtown Denver like a few months ago, and we went, and it was like kind of like a Harry Potter trivia / like make your like own cocktails.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
And like I was getting them, bro. Like I was killing it. Like I was getting all the answers right. They had to switch the game up because me and Frank were running away with it. Like she was like because we got all the answers right. We were in the lead, and then she was like, "Oh, we're gonna switch it up to questions about like all like magic movies." And I was like, "Haters, hating on us because
You're
we're
gonna
winning.
stand here in a fucking Harry Potter shop.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Switch up the questions from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You're trifling.
They hate,
You're
they hate
trifling.
us because they ain't us, bro.
Be like, we the real
Like,
ones. Recognize.
Fucking they're peanut butter and jealous, dog. Like,
Be like, if I run away with the
I was
game, I run
so-
away with the game.
I was
That's what
so
I've been
heated.
trained for.
Somebody
I
give
was
me a
so
violin.
heated.
Yeah, it's like that's
Heated.
what I've been training for.
I'm drinking
Yeah,
tears
dude.
over here.
These are
I
shit
was
comes natural.
fu-
No,
I was-
it's work and
yeah, I was
dedication.
trained my whole life for that moment, and
Just
they
took it
just
away
snatched
from
it
you.
away from me. Yeah.
Like I've been waiting.
You
for this
liar!
Pissed.
But yeah, man, that's
Pissed.
fucking crazy. You didn't even tell
Yeah.
me about that part, but I did remember when you went there. It was like the last night there too, huh?
Yeah, it was the last last day that they were there. Yeah, I was pissed that day.
Yep.
Pissed.
I would be
Okay.
too.
See, like, I don't know if Devin, I don't know if you've seen these movies, because I was thinking about this earlier in the week, actually. But Mike, rank these movies. Devin, rank the ones that you've seen.
If any.
Okay.
We got Sandlot,
Okay.
The Little Giants,
Okay.
The Mighty Ducks,
Okay.
and that's baseball. Oh, and Angels in the Outfield.
Fuck.
No,
What the
not
fuck
Angels
are
in
you
the Outfield,
doing?
because that's two baseball movies. So we got Sandlot, Little Giants football, Mighty Ducks hockey, and just so we got basketball in there, we'll go Air Bud.
I thought you were gonna say Space Jam for a second.
Oh shit! No, because we can't do that, because that will be unequivocally number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Take
So,
Space Jam out.
all right. So the worst out of those is fucking probably. That's kind of
Don't
hard,
say
but
it.
it's Air Bud. It's Air Bud.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, get Air Bud out of here.
I mean, I
What
have
the
to do it.
hell?
I
I
love Air
liked
Bud,
it. I loved it, but like,
but
it's out of
it's
those
not gonna
four,
beat Sandlot. It
Bro,
ain't.
it's a dog playing fucking basketball,
not-
dude.
There ain't no
it's not
way.
beating any of the other movies, though.
Yeah, it's not beating any of it. It's a great movie. I'm gonna say that right here.
So hold on. First of all, have you seen all of those movies, Devin?
Yes, I have.
You've seen Little Giants.
Yes.
Mhm.
You've
And then
seen. Okay,
next-
cool.
Next would be Little Giants, and then next would be Sandlot in my second spot. Yeah, I know it's pretty
What the
twisted.
fuck?
And then Mighty Ducks, just because Mighty Ducks was my shit. I wanted to play hockey when I was younger. All that jam, get me in that shit. Mighty Ducks all the way. One of my favorite sports childhood movies. Bottom line,
Crazy.
end of story. And that's saying something, because if it goes above Sandlot, obviously, like Sandlot's a fucking. There's not a person alive, I don't think, that fucking thinks that movie's shit. Like, I mean, good. I mean,
Man.
who
All
doesn't?
right. What
think
about
it's
you,
good?
Devin?
Come back to me. Come back to me. I'm still thinking.
That's a
All
hard
right,
one.
Mine.
That's really hard.
I'll agree with you on 4. Got to put Air Bud on the bottom of the list. Third, I'm going Little Giants as well. Even though that was a funny ass movie, it was great. But out of those 4, like, you got to put Little Giants third, I think. Second, we're going Mighty Ducks, because like it was dope. It was a good movie. It was funny. It was all that. Like, it introduced me to Emilio Estevez. I still remember like the beginning when he drives the limo onto the frozen lake. Like that's like a classic scene, like when all the kids are inside. And then first we gotta go Sandlot, dude. Like, Sandlot is the fucking like best sports, like, in my opinion, it's like one of the best sports movies of all time. Like, not just like kids movies. It's one of the best sports movies.
I
of all
agree,
time.
and I think the whole Mighty Ducks thing on my end is just the nostalgic, because I watched that movie more, and I actually watched it before I ever saw Sandlot. So it's like it's like,
dude,
it was
I was
like
watching Sandlot
impacted me
since
different
day one.
on a personal level, and then I seen Sandlot, and I'm like, oh, this is dope, and without a doubt, it's one of the best sports movies, like what you said, but it's like so tough and it's my biased opinion, but yeah, Mighty Ducks, just because of what that movie did to me as a kid, personally.
And that's how I feel about Sandlot, because like I watch that movie all the time. Like it might be like my favorite movie of all time. Like, cause that's how like emotionally like I'm attached to it. Like I was watching it all the time back in the day. Like it's like I used to call my Converse back in the day my Sandlot shoes when I was a little kid. I'd always be like, Mom, I want to wear my Sandlot shoes. Like
So
I used to go and
like, got you.
I used to go and pickle a fictional beast all the time. Like I was out here in the Sandlot gang.
Well, and I actually played baseball when I was younger too. I loved baseball, so it had a good impact, you know. But it's like those movies were really hard, I thought, to pen against each other, because I think they're all fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's why I put them. Like I wish I could have thought of a different basketball movie than fucking Air Bud, but I don't really think. Like I was thinking like maybe Lucky the Irish, but that's like I think basketball kind of like takes a back seat to like the main like
yeah, it's got to be like a strictly like about.
And then I was thinking about what's that movie? It's like Miracle on the Court or something. When like the like it's about like this team, the basketball team, like from this like Hebrew school that like goes on to like win the championship. It's on Disney Plus. It was with I forget the main kid, but he's like, you've seen his face, you would know him. But those were like the only ones I could think of for basketball.
All right, so Devin, we're still waiting on you.
Okay, so
buzzers up.
So your whole thing with Mighty Ducks and Sandlot, that's sort of my thing with Little Giants and Air Bud.
Okay.
Because I've only seen Little Giants like a handful of times. But Air Bud, I feel like I've watched that shit like definitely over 10 times.
Jeez.
So it's like ingrained into my brain that that's a sports movie that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Little Giants is sort of something that was on in the background, and I've watched it a handful of times. Not to say it's a bad movie, but of course it's a classic, but it's just not a classic to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 2, Mighty Ducks. Number 1, Sandlot. Sandlot's like, I feel like you ask somebody what's your favorite sports movie, like a classic sports movie, they're either gonna say Sandlot or Space Jam. But that's just me.
The Sandlot really be out here, bro. Like,
yeah.
Okay, here's
worldwide phenomenon. It just is.
I was also gonna say, you remember The Big Green, the soccer movie?
Yeah.
And had the kid
that movie's
who played
dope.
The kid who played the catcher in Sandlot, he was in it.
Yeah, he's like the goalie, I think, or something.
Yeah. Like, but like, not that many people I feel like know about The Big Green. Like, even kids from the '90s, like our age, like, I feel like that movie flew under the radar.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like I have like a lot of like hidden knowledge about movies and shit like people have never seen. It feels like, where it's like even people I grew up with, I'll be like, oh yeah, fucking Big Green or this. So it's like, yeah, I could appreciate that movie, but there's just so much content. Even back then, it's like fucking you either had the DVD or you fucking watched it or you didn't. Or even the VHS. Yeah. It's all about VHS. It's like, got the VHS or you don't.
Yeah.
Or you saw that on cable or you didn't.
Yeah, it was
So
then I was gonna do like just like a completely baseball movie list, because like you got Sandlot, Angels in the Outfield, Rookie of the Year. You remember Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah.
With the kid who broke his arm.
You just named one too. Hardball. Fucking there's so many.
But that's not those movies aren't in the same era.
Yeah, you want like the same kind of baseball.
Yeah, the same era.
Okay.
Could y'all like even name your favorite movie of all time?
Yeah.
Sandlot, bro. I just told you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I said mine last podcast, which I'll say it again, and it's the Joker movie. It's the best shit I've ever seen.
Gotcha.
And before that came out, I was a huge fan, and still to this day, in Inception. Fucking love that movie. I've seen it at least 1 million times. And
Come on.
yeah.
It's like me with Spider-Man 2.
Dude, I fucking love it.
Movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, No Way Home. Shit's
Dude.
dropping real soon. What are you guys thinking about?
8 days. We're gonna be in there like swimwear in 8 days.
Yep.
Bro.
I'm
thinking
super
about
fucking
it
hyped,
every
dude.
day.
Like I try not to think about it every day because like I can't like handle that excitement every day. Like I'm just going in really hoping for a fucking home run, dude. Like that shit better be for the win.
Well, and by the time this is out too, it's like we're gonna see it that weekend, I think.
This will be out the day after we have seen it.
This will be out the day it like supposed to release.
Yeah, so for everyone listening, just know this is recorded in advance. We're gonna go see that shit opening night. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, we'll have to even make a little review about it or something. Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Like for me going into it, I'm like hyped, but I'm trying not to get myself too hyped because I don't want to just have like ungodly expectations for the movie.
Yeah,
I'm like really excited.
I really don't have. I've tried to limit myself on expectations because like I don't want to be like super disappointed because like the one thing that I've been like I don't want is like God forbid that I'm not even gonna say their names, but God forbid they're not in it, and we know who I'm talking about.
If they're
like
not,
I don't want to be disappointed because like they never outright said like, hey, they're in it. So like I feel like
they weren't.
No,
I feel like I don't feel like I don't have a right. Nobody has a right to be pissed off if they're not in it. Because they were never advertised to be in it. Nobody ever said they were in it. Like so, like nobody has the right to be pissed off if they're not.
And I'm just gonna say I've seen some leaked shit that says that they are. You might not believe it. I don't know because you don't know these days. People leak shit all the time.
Yeah, I don't trust leaks.
So don't
trust
believe
leaks.
it. But me personally, I know for a fact in my mind it's that they're there. You know, they're already there. And but to your point, if they're not in it, I'm not going to be like, oh shit, I thought they were going to be in it. You know, going back to the other thing, I just wanted it to be a good standalone movie. Is it going to stand on its own? Is it going to fucking have good shit, or is it going to just lack in certain places? I'm going to be real with it. So. We'll wait for the review on that shit.
It's crazy because they're showing us so much, but so little. Like, they're like, oh, here's a couple of minutes of footage. Do you know anything about the movie? No. Spider-Man's in it.
Well, and like people really like get into that shit. Like they'll frame by frame, like this is why we know they're in it because blah, blah, blah. Who the fuck's he fighting right there? Like, what's going on?
You don't even know anymore because Marvel just put scenes that aren't even in the movie in the trailer. Like they've been getting way too comfortable with that.
Well, and by the time everyone's watching this, it might already be obvious. It's like, oh, we already know. It's obvious. It's already spoiled. It's already in
over here looking like a dumb.
It's already in the newest trailer they put out. You know? So they might might be obvious, but at this point we don't know.
Well, it'll be known.
Confirmed.
It'll be known by the time they see this.
Yeah. We were already seeing the movie by the time they
see. That's like one of the reasons that I was like, all right, we have to see this opening night because I'm not waiting a week to see this. Dodging. I've been having a hard enough time dodging spoilers and leaks before this damn movie's out. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like all the memes that are gonna pop up and shit like night of. Like I'm not trying to dodge those spoilers for any amount of time. Like we got to see that first showing on release day.
Do you think the hype for this movie exceeds Endgame's?
No.
Or at least rivals it?
I think my personal opinion is I don't think it surpasses it, but it's definitely up there. I think it's up
there.
I think it's going to break records in the box office. Only because it's Spider-Man. And that's even saying something. You might even break the Endgame record. Just because nothing's really popping out right now. Like even at Endgame, there was something else happening in cinematic movies at the time where it's like nothing. If you're not watching Spider-Man that weekend, like what the fuck are you doing with your life? Like everyone got to be there, are gonna be there, or wants to be there, or wants to
And if
see
you're
it.
not, you're losing.
Yeah. And I feel
I
like
don't
it's the same
think-
hype for Endgame, but I think it might be close or even
It's
surpass
definitely.
the box.
I think it's definitely second place as far as like when it comes to like most hyped up like people have gotten for a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything like will surpass Endgame because like not box office wise because like that I feel like Spider-Man does have a good chance of beating like the box office records
Mhm.
just because like you
Yeah.
said like that's like the biggest attraction coming like that's why Matrix comes out later in the month
Yeah.
because they don't want to compete with Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And that's the Matrix.
as far as like hype and like what the movie meant to people, like which is why people got hyped, I think Endgame will always be like the number one, like
Yeah.
most hyped up Marvel movie.
I mean, they've called this Spider-Man Endgame.
You
So-
honestly
But that's
think?
not-
I think Avengers was really hyped as well. Like,
Yeah,
when
but
we
dude,
got that
fucking
moment-
Endgame was literally the end game. Like we didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. We didn't know who was gonna come back, who was gonna end up surviving, who was gonna die. Like the only thing that ruined the hype for that movie, I think, was knowing already, like prior to seeing it, that it was gonna be Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.'s last Marvel movie. That's like the only thing that brought down the hype. If they
Yeah.
had waited until afterward to announce that, like that shit would have broke the hype fucking meter.
well, and imagine how
Yeah.
hard it is to keep shit like that under wraps. Like
Yeah,
what
'cause
kind of
contracts
like
are
what
all
they're doing
public
with
now.
Spider-Man. That's why I'm saying like it's something's had to have leaked. Some real shit's out there. You know, it's just a matter of like, do you want to believe it or do you even want to tolerate it because you want to go into the movie not expecting? And that's part of the issue. It's like I kind of want to not know and just go into it without
Yeah,
like,
I don't-
people.
I don't know.
Even
the
trailers,
only-
like I'm not really in. Like, give me one trailer and then like the week before the movie comes out, and I know they got to hype it up, but it's like, dude, I just want to go into it blind
next-
and be like,
the
oh
next-
I
my
feel like
god.
they could have went without a trailer, and it would just do just as fine as if they
Yeah.
released a
the,
trailer.
the
Yeah,
next,
me
the
too.
last trailer is coming out the night before the movie comes out.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and they might reveal a lot of things, you know, characters, things, speculation.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
That's
They
what I'm
who shall
saying.
not be named.
I hope,
Do you think
I
it
don't-
would ruin it for you? Like if you're like, oh, you saw the last
Yes,
trailer and
because
you're
I
like,
wanna.
now
I wanna
know,
go
and
into
now
the
I'm
theater
disappointed.
because
Yeah.
one of my biggest regrets, like in movie going, is
Well, then
that
we're
we
not
didn't.
watching the last trailer. Don't
One of
watch
my
it, 'cause
biggest
you might be
regrets in
disappointed.
movie going is that we didn't go see Endgame night of, because I see
Yeah.
all these reaction videos of like theaters going
Uh-huh.
nuts when Cap says assemble and like going nuts when he picks up
Dude.
Mjolnir and stuff.
Dude,
like,
that's
I
one of my
feel-
favorite parts.
I feel we fucked up because I didn't get that camaraderie that
Bro.
like. So if
We're
that
gonna get
so
that, bro.
once we go to see Spider-Man and I see Toby's fucking face, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, like right in the theater.
Oh yeah.
And like the whole theater is gonna go nuts, and like that's what I
Like,
want. So and if they
yeah.
reveal that they're in it before the movie, like I feel like it's not that oh shit
Yeah.
moment's not gonna have as much weight.
That's like showing
Exactly.
Captain America picking up the hammer in the trailer.
All right. If you're watching this, just go into the movie blind. We'll all go in the movie blind. We'll have a better
Yeah.
fucking movie experience. We'll be
Yeah.
one big happy family.
Cause like I want to freaking scream like, holy shit! I want to lose my voice after the end of this movie. Dude.
I'm gonna scream, subscribe to Cultureology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cultureology up in this bench.
Pay for a slot
Yeah.
at the end credit scene. It would just be us. Fucking pay for a
This
slot.
episode brought to you by Shameless Promoting.
That's taking over
Subscribe.
the name.
Subscribe to our shit.
It's like 3 times we said that already. Y'all better subscribe. Freaking
Oh,
wasting
man.
words on y'all.
Yeah, we're
But
just
yeah,
getting started
I'm-
too. This is our second podcast. Imagine how
Yep.
good we're gonna be at this shit and fucking at 100.
Takes
like-
40 to get good.
Jesus.
Takes 40 to get good.
There you go.
We're
But yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home, dude. Like that night when we're all sitting in our seats, the lights begin to dim, get the Marvel Studios logo going up, whatever they got planned for that.
Mhm.
we get Frank's
Freaking-
patented woo
Yeah.
woo like like
He's done that for every Marvel
yeah
intro.
like
No, people.
every Marvel movie we've ever been to in the theaters, right as the like
Marvel
as
sign
the,
is
right
going.
as the lights go black in the theater, right as they go out, Frank is always every one we've ever been to. Woo!
I remember when I went to go see Captain Marvel with you guys. Like that was the first Marvel movie I've watched with you. And then the lights dim, and Frank's just woo. And I look over and I'm like, what?
Like that's ever since like Iron Man 1, bro. Like when we went to go see that, like that shit was, it's legendary now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what was the last one we went to go see? When we went to see Eternals, like the lights went out and he didn't do it, and like I like looked around Mike like right in his face. I was like, boy, if you don't
get it right now.
He did it.
Yeah, he did it. He ended up doing it, but I had to give him the look.
He's like, oh shit, woo.
Yeah.
Oh, the woo.
Because it's tradition now. I feel like something bad is gonna happen if you don't do it.
That's the linchpin. If Frank doesn't woo, we're not getting Toby.
Yeah, exactly. That's the timeline's gonna split.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna get the version that Toby and Andrew aren't in.
Yeah. We're gonna live in the bad timeline, the bad ending.
Yeah.
That's
man.
another fucking crazy thing. Like
Oh,
thinking about that movie, if they had like alternate,
bro.
if they had alternate endings and shit, like, bro, they wouldn't do that because I know they have a plan. You know, like we were saying, like they're already on fucking, they're way past this movie as far as plans.
Oh god.
They're already thinking
Phase 3 was planned when Phase 2 was still in its baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're already fucking on Phase 6, Phase 7. Like in their mind, they're already fucking. We can't catch up with them, but you know, like so. I don't think they would do something like an alternative ending, but that would be, you know, they don't really do shit like that no more. Like shit like that. But I think some shit's gonna come up, which that gets me into the other point. A lot of things can open up. Because this might be my personal opinion, but my favorite Spider-Mans are the Amazing Spider-Mans. And a lot of people don't like those ones. But
I like them.
I just
rewatched them, and like, bro, when I'm telling you, like, I almost jumped out of my chair at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 when the Rhino shows up, and like you hear like Andrew's theme playing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you want me to come down there so you could kill me?" And he's like, "Yes." And he's like, "All right, there's no place like home." And there's slow motion. He's swinging around with the freaking manhole cover, blocking missiles, and then freeze frame, cut to black. I'm like, are we getting a third one?
Yeah, and then you get the Sinister.
What happened?
Well, and they build up for the Sinister Six too. Like you see them building up for the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
You see, you know, Doc Ock's claws. You see, like
the
you
Vulture's
see,
wings.
You see this shit, and you're like, yes. And then it's like, no, we're re-scrapping it again. And it's like, fuck. Like,
are we scrapping it?
That's the one
Venom
that's what I'm saying. Like, this opens up where like there could be two Spider-Man movies, two different characters playing Spider-Man.
They're gonna do anything
they could do something like that.
In the MCU, like in this movie.
Yeah, I think he'll.
Well, and that's why I think that
might be
the other Spider-Mans are going to be in it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's speculation, but I think that they're going to be in it because it. You know, I think Toby's kind of done, you know, like they're not going to reboot his, but Garfield has a chance to get his shit rebooted.
You never know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
What could happen.
Old Man Spider-Man?
I want Old Man Peter, dude. I want that movie. I'd watch that movie in a fucking heartbeat with Tobey Maguire as like Old Man Peter.
Well, look at like one of the greatest Spider-Man movies is actually the animated movie Into the Spider-Verse.
Freaking the trailer for Across
the
Spider-Verse, bro.
That's the animation of that movie is what really captivated me. That movie is like the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen.
It's my second favorite.
It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, period.
In the comics, I want to do kind of like a little mini review real quick, because like in the Death of Doctor Strange like event that's going on, like everybody's not everybody, but a lot of heroes are getting their like own like issue of like what's going on, like what they're doing during like this during this event, like during the Death of Doctor Strange. And Spider-Man got one this past week, and it's still the Ben Reilly Spider-Man because Peter's still indisposed of. But Black Cat comes in to the mix too, and she's like giving Ben like all kinds of shit, like the whole issue, like you're not Spider-Man, like Peter's Spider-Man, like you don't got what it takes to be Spider-Man, like all this shit. And then like there's this like what's going on is like all these like different like mystical entities are entering our world because Doctor Strange isn't alive to keep him out anymore. So he leaves like Spider-Man like a list of tasks that he has to do to like make sure like New York is safe from like all these things. And like one of them is like this army of goblins is coming like over from a different dimension and is gonna like try like they're like little guys, like Harry Potter type goblins. But they're coming over here and they're gonna try to like take over. And like Ben Reilly, like he's like all like grossed out by him. He's like, oh, he's like fucking goblins. Like it's like I hate these guys. Like they're like this is like they're so difficult to catch. And like Black Cat, she's like, you want to be Spider-Man, Ben? You're gonna have to get used to goblins. And like it took me like half a second, and I was like, oh shit, that's a good one. I loved it.
Yeah, that is a good one. And that's dope about, Doctor Strange. That's why I've been reading his comics, is that he's always fucking with like the different dimensions and shit. Like you don't know how much he's really doing. There's this one comic I was just reading. Well, it was like one of the first comics I read of him. I don't know the name, so don't, dock me for that. But he's literally running around the streets looking like a bum fighting interdimensional beings that no one else can see. So everyone thinks he's just crazy. He's like some crazy dude. And he's like literally fighting all these, these demons in a sense that are trying to like eat people. And people are just on the streets looking at him like, oh, what the fuck? Look at that crazy bum over there. Yeah, I gotta find that. Think of the name. But yeah, he's the shit. He's one of my favorite Marvels now.
Yeah.
Since I've got
him. All right. Well, we've been going on for about 2 hours now, and I wanted to introduce a segment that I'd like to either start or end each podcast with, and this is just mine. Everybody is going to come up with their own like little mini segment that they want to do, but for now mine is going to be the dopest comic of the week, or no, dopest cover of the week. That's my little mini segment that I'm bringing to the table. And this week we got a tie for me. I'll let you guys vote. You two vote on what you think is the better one. They're both the same comic. It's The Devil's Reign issue 1. This is like a new 6-issue miniseries that's coming out starting today. But we have got the cover A for Devil's Reign. That is.
Can't really see it.
I have to get it. Let's turn off the background. Let's see.
Yeah, turn that shit off so we can see what the hell's going on.
Backgrounds and filters.
Get your ass back home, boy.
Let's see.
Yeah, the blur one might work. Yeah, the blur one might work really well.
Nope.
Oh,
no,
psych.
you got it all the way off.
Psych.
Got to shut that shit all the way off.
All right. All right.
It's fucking hilarious.
So, this is the cover A.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck.
For Devil's Reign.
I see the Iron Man and the Spider-Man.
There we go.
Who's that in the back? Grinning.
Yeah.
I think that's Kingpin.
Oh shit. That's
like,
what I was getting.
I'm pretty sure this is a like predominantly like it's Daredevil's story. Like it's his event, I think, because Chip Zdarsky is like the main writer. Or he's the writer of this, and he's the one that's been the writer for the Daredevil series.
Yep.
And we got the cover, the variant cover, the cover B. I think this is.
Are they both variants?
But no, this is the regular cover. This is the cover A. This is the standard cover.
All right.
And this is the connecting variant cover.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Like I could not decide between which cover that I wanted, so I just got them both. Like that's why, and that's the first time I've ever done that.
Well, and there's some very dope variants out there. Like I'll see some really cool ones. As far as like Deadpool, because I have a bunch of the Deadpools when it was first launching. I kind of fell off collecting them, because the way my bank account's set up. But
unless you got jeans.
But
So that my
anyways, they had
bank
some
account
really
set
dope
up.
variants on that series as well. But I like the original actually. That variant's
going
really
with-
sick.
You going with this?
Yeah, I'm going with that. I like the style, like the border, like the red. It's just a doper, kind of uniquer cover in my opinion. I don't.
Looks
I don't.
very
Yeah.
uniform.
And
Yeah,
it kind of
dude, I
makes me like wonder, like what's going on, like what
Yeah.
are they flying to? What's going on? What's happening?
They're flying to your mom's house.
Damn.
Ah,
But yeah, that was the dopest
Zing.
comic or dopest cover of the week, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, that's dope.
Next week we'll have everybody's little segment that we're gonna introduce throughout the episodes from now on. This is kind of just a spur of the moment thing. Just decided upon it right before the pod started this time.
Going with it. We're just going with the flow. Not really
But,
planning shit. Learning as we go.
Yeah,
but by the time you watch this, we have watched Spider-Man, and we're getting ready to launch a review as well. So boom, on the same page. So we'll have that as well.
Baby.
It's not going to be a podcast. It's just going to be strictly the review for the movie. But yeah.
But yeah, that's
Are we gonna hop on like right after we get done watching it and just review?
I mean, we can, or the
tonight?
day
Probably.
after.
probably.
Bro, we're gonna be like,
You got to jump on that
holy
shit quick.
shit.
You got to
Yeah.
jump on that shit quick.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I'm sure we'll all have a lot to say.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I would want to
Or
say it while I have
nothing
all
at
this
all.
shit fresh in my mind. So like right after would be the optimal time, I think.
Yeah.
So let's try to make it happen where it's like, yo, we're gonna fucking review this right after. That way it's all fresh and we're hyped still. We're still fucking like
Yeah.
jonesing.
So
About 1
So be
a.m.
on the lookout for that, y'all. Like, it's not just the podcast. There will be other types of videos on this channel, going from reviews to like just like other original content, like reviews, discussions, like reactions, like all
Yeah, we're
that
just
type of
going with the
stuff.
flow.
Like so, bear with us, y'all. We gonna get it in there, man. We in here like swimwear. We in there like swimwear.
It's just the beginning.
So yeah, man, that was another episode of Cultureology.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Just like we said, like 4 other times in this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we going places. You either on board or you ain't. You know, we're going. Be a part of the journey. Be a part of it.
Don't get left behind, y'all.
News team, assemble.
Assemble.
And
All right, y'all.
join me on the path to freaking figuring out what these two bozos are talking about.
Yeah. Tune in next week to check in with Devon's education.
That's my
from
segment.
going from that could be your segment, Devon's education. It'll be like Harry's fun facts.
Yeah, and if there's something you want us to talk about, fucking comment in the comment section. Let us know. We'll add some shit into our discussions.
Yeah, let us know what you thought about the stuff we talked about in this episode. Like, what was your favorite sports movie, kids sport movie coming up? Leave your ranking in there, all that stuff. But all right, y'all. Yeah, I am Contra Lad.
And I'm Mike.
I'm Devon.
I can say your names.
And we are Cultureology.
Yeah,
Gang.
gang.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Peace.
It is